Hi everyone, today I want to do a build in Wishblossom Ranch, in this little area to the side of the central ranch blossom, with the main traveling well. I have my Arendelle built there, and in this small biome I want to do a Renaissance Fair theme build. I got this outfit from the premium shop this week, and I'm obsessed with it. It reminds me of the storyteller from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It kinda inspired me to build in this theme. So in this Renaissance Fair build, I want to use all the stalls that I have placed in Wishblossom Ranch. It's the Beast stall, Aladdin's Gem stall, Kristoff's stall, and Moana's boat. I have not placed Mulan's or Tiana's stall. I want to hold on to them because you can't move it after it's placed on the DLC map, and I don't really use these two stalls. After placing every single stall in my storybook veil, they made my game lag so much. Every time I approach them and use the stalls, my frame rate drops drastically, so I'm kinda hoping this won't happen in Wishblossom Ranch. I want to blend these functional stalls with the decor stalls to make it look like it's a market with different vendors. I also picked a couple houses to use in this build, the Snuggling Duckling Tavern and the Fortune Teller's tent. I think it will fit nicely for this theme. I'm planning to have the main stage in the middle where the king and queen sit, and also a musician band. I want to have the path going around the biome and add all kinds of market stalls on the perimeter. This is my last ranch biome that I have not decorated yet. I have a Speedbuild video for each Wishblossom Ranch biome that I have done so far. You can check out the playlist in the description if you're interested. For this build, I want to go full fantasy vibes, like in the real Renaissance Fair. I want to use all the rustic and fantasy style items that we have, lots of wood materials and the different types of lights, stone pathing, and basically nothing modern. I'm starting with placing Arendelle castle walls in the middle. It will serve as a backdrop for the stage and will visually separate the fair area so you can see through the whole biome right away. I started with laying out the main path that goes around the biome, and I'm going to leave some green grass areas to place some foliage around the walls. Next, I'm making the stage where I want to place thrones and musician band. I'm using my favorite ranch beams to make the frame structure. I wish we could use curtains outside. The Mulan red curtains would look so nice here. And I wanted to break the pathing a bit, so I'm using the stone slab for this area. For the main path, I was planning to use the Alpine cobblestone path at first, but I end up switching it to the ancient road without borders. I think it looks less busy for this area and better blends with the ground and shows a bit of a grass through the crevices. I placed the flower stall on the left, and then I wanted to make that corner more rustic with lots of flowers and fairy theme items. For the musician band area, I also end up using the fairy musical instruments from Wishblossom Ranch. And to frame the stage, I went with the flowering wood fencing. I ended up moving the flowery Wishblossom garden in front of the wall to create this kind of centerpiece. This build is not symmetrical, so I wanted to find a way to fill out that center space a bit more, while still leaving the path wide enough to walk. Next, I'm adding some Wishblossom decor around the walls and towers, and alpine lampposts with yellow flowers. I never know how to find a use for this magnifying glass post, so for this time I just use it as a decor to frame the gates. Next, I'm adding market stalls from the Eternity Isle, and I'm trying to use all the different sizes and colors to make it look random and to add as much variety as possible. That market section on the right is going to be a path between two rows of stalls, and I want to make sure to leave access for the mining nodes and that I don't block any of the functional stalls because I do try to collect resources from them regularly. So for that purpose, I'm also trying to keep them close to each other and in one row to make it easier. Next, I'm going around and adding some medium-sized decor throughout the build and starting to fill out the space. It's all about finding the right items to fit the theme and space. I decided to use the dragon dummy next to the stage, and I want to make a kind of decor installation where the dragon is guarding the golden eggs. On the back, around the tavern area, I'm adding some rustic decor to fill the space, and also I want to have some outdoor seating with a pub counter. Next to the fortune teller stand, I want to have a little witchy corner, and I will end up moving the black cauldron there and add the potion stand in the corner. In the center of the plaza, I added the haunted well with flying crows animation. They could be a bit loud, but I do love using this item. It adds a lot of the atmosphere to the build. I am going back and forth a lot between the stalls when trying to find the right items and fit them underneath the tent. I want to create these little compositions of items that more or less make sense when placed together. I also decided to leave more of the green grass area on the back between the tavern and the tent. And I am going to make the stepping stones path design later on. On the back of the gates, I used the fairy flower gardens to add curves to the path and block out the symmetrical foliage areas. Just adding a lot of flower decor items everywhere to add more fantasy vibes to the build. For the tavern area, I end up using the blooming gazebo, with the seating underneath and around it. I didn't have enough space for a jousting tournament, but I did added archery behind the tent. As a final touch, I'm filling out the smaller market stalls, the one that have surface areas, with the various decor pieces, trying to stick to the rustic style and use some craftable flower pots where I could fit them. And here is the finished Renaissance Fair and Wishblossom Ranch. I hope you enjoyed this build and that it was helpful or inspiring if you're also decorating your Wishblossom Ranch. Up next is the walkthrough, and I included items used at the end. Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone!